Now in this video we will learn how we can declare objects. Also we can say instantiating a class. Instantiating a class or declaring an object is similar to each other. Okay, now let's see what is declaring an object. When an object of a class is created, that is also known as class, is said to be instantiated. The class has some use, it means the class will get used in a program. Until unless we create its object, it does not have any use in a program. All the instances share the attributes and behavior of the class, but the value of those attributes, that is the state, are unique for the object. The values are unique. For example, here one example is given, a dog. The class name is dog. Okay, so there are 4 dogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dogs. Every dog having their individual name, and every dog having, they might have individual breed, age, color, that is state or attributes of the dog. We can differ how the dog, one dog from another dog, through its breed, through its age, through its color, which already we learned before. Then the behavior of the dog, which is similar, bark, sleep, as well as eat. Fine, students. So this is what a class can have, many as number of objects according to requirement of the program. So whose values are unique, which is written here, that is the state are unique for each object. A single class may have any number of instances. A single class, that is dog class, which has dog 1, dog 2, dog 3, dog 4. There are 4 instances. So we used to say object is an instance of a class. So in this class dog, we have 4 instances, that is dog 1, dog 2, dog 3 and dog 4, and which they have their individual states or attributes and behavior as well. So let's go to the second page, next page, to see ways to initialize an object. There are 3 ways we can initialize an object. The object can be created, can be initialized in 3 ways: by the reference variable, by methods, and by constructors. Fine. So let's see first by reference variable. So by reference variable, there is an example here. Let's check. So this is a class. I have declared a class here. The name of the class is student, and there are 2 variables I declared within student class, that is ID and name. That is ID and name. Okay, the content of the class is known as members. So there are 2 members within the class student. One is ID and one is name. Now I have created one more class, that is test student. Fine. So in this class I have kept public static void main, which will be my default class. So the file name of this program will be teststudent2.java. Now I am creating the object of this student class. This is what the line where I specified how an object can be created, can be initialized, or a class can be instantiated. So name of the object is S1. So here we wrote it how. Now the class name, the object name, the operator name, and the constructor. This is the syntax, or this is the example how can you generate an object, create an object. So directly I wrote here s1.id is 2101. So it means the ID of the first object is 2101. Same way, the name of the S1 is s1.name. So the name value is Mahesh. Thereafter what we did, now simply we just print it s1.id and s1.name. It means the class is getting used with its object via its object in another class. This is one class and this is one class. Okay, the second class, the main class, is getting used the first class. The variable, that is ID and name of that class, is getting used in second class. Now the second program, we can see how can we use the object using method. So in this program also I have taken the class as student, and inside the student class there are two variables and two methods declared. There are two variables and two methods declared. One is taken as insert, one is taken as display. So what does the insert method do? Insert method accepts the number from user. The number which provides through these arguments, it gets stored in these variables. And display method is just displaying the values. Now let's go to the main class, that is example. And here there are two objects I am creating for the student class. The student class has two objects, one is S1 and one is S2. So here S1 has a data and S2 has a data. S1.insert, that is 11 and Ashok is written. So this 11 and Ashok will get passed to the insert function and get stored R and N. 11 and Ashok get stored in these two variables, and it gets transferred. It gets transferred to the roll number variable and to the name variable, which is its actual variable. So we are using method, we are declaring the object, na? So here the method, what method we are using? Insert method we are using for this task. So same way I have another object, that is S2. So S2 also transferring the values to the same insert method. So first time when it comes to the insert method, it brings the data of S1, and second time when it comes to the insert method, it brings the data for S2. Both get stored in roll number and name. Thereafter we are simply displaying the values of S1 as well as S2. So coming to display, we are just displaying, see there is a single print statement, but when it comes first time for S1, it shows the roll number and name of the S1, that is 11 and Ashok. Second time when it comes to the display function, that is for S2, so it shows the value as 21 and Rajiv, that is for the second object. Fine. So this is how via method we can initialize object. Now let's see how we can initialize the object via constructor. As we know, constructor is what? Now the name of the class is same as the name of the method. So name of the class is employee here, and name of the method I have taken as employee. The same thing as before I am doing here, but I am using here the constructor. So here the constructor name is employee as the class name is employee, and it has three arguments: integer, string and float. So integer is holding the ID, string is holding the name, and float is holding the salary. Fine. So the data, how the data is getting passed here, you check. As the heading is via constructor we need to do. So when we are declaring the object, that is E1 and E2, I am passing those three values. So from this position it will move to here and store the data, and the data individually getting transferred to its variables. Thereafter calling the display function, it is displaying all the values, individual values. Fine students. So as our heading was by constructor we need to implement the thing. So this is what the constructor, and constructor having an argument. Fine. As well as those values are getting passed to the